Hello YouTube. So this video is a follow-up for my last video, because in my last video I was using this setup, Primal Armament, Magnified Effect, Fire Penetration and Armor Explosion as my clearing setup, and I was proccing it with two-hander basic attack. And yeah, as soon as I got into the map, I found out that they've changed Armor Explosion, and I've completely missed it in the patch notes, and the Armor Explosion itself cannot break armor anymore. It says on the explosion here, cannot break armor. So yeah, the build quite suddenly felt really bad for clearing, so I had to come up with a solution. And luckily I found the solution this morning. Before I was doing some editing, I was on YouTube and found out about this guy. And his setup, well, I mean, he has much better gear than me and much better, much higher levels. But his clear was quite insane, and I eventually wanted to try his clear setup, and well, now I'm forced to. So I've changed my clear setup from this to this skill, Molten Blast, and it's currently linked with Martial Tempo, Scatter Shot, and Increased Area of Effect. I mean, Magnified Effect. And it looks like this. It shoots 6 balls, and it shoots 6 balls because I'm dual wielding basically. I bought 2 one-handers. This one was for 3 exalts. This one was for 2 exalts without the fire damage, and I exalted it myself, slammed the fire damage tier 8, so that's nice. And I'm using this setup for my clearing because as I was leveling this character, I even tried Molten Blast, but the attack speed penalty from dual wielding with combination with two-handed weapon, the attack speed of this skill felt pretty bad. I'm gonna quickly show you how the attack speed looks with my double two-handers with low attack speed. Yeah, imagine that in clearing setup. You would be dead before you even cast your spell. So I bought 2 one-handers, and it's much faster. And I've already tried one map, and it clears quite insane actually. But what I wanted to tell you, you can still use Armor Explosion with this, and just put it instead of Increased Area of Effect. And you would explode just the enemies you stun with the skill. But I think that's a bit worse than Increased AoE, because Increased AoE actually gives you more overlaps. So if I'm correct, if you can look at the explosion really fast, you can see that some of them overlap somewhere here in the middle, and the explosions can hit one mob basically. So you get overlap, you get more single target damage, and that's quite decent for rares at least. So you don't have to use your Hammer of the Gods or stand still and charge up Perfect Strike. So I think the single target, the damage of this clearing setup is better, and the clear didn't suffer much. I think it's, to be honest, I'll show you one clip from my leveling and as I was testing and found out about Armor Explosion, and yeah, it was quite broken, I would say. And this is a good setup, at least for me. It's so satisfying, and actually clears good. And this means that I can actually respec my points if I'm not using Armor Explosion linked with Molten Blast, that is. If I'm not using Armor Explosions, which I'm probably not using, I can respec all these points. Yeah, the stun build-up is useful, but you can get it elsewhere, to be honest. and you can respec all these points and all these points, and you can change if you got some armor break on jewels. You don't need it anymore, because I'm gonna respec these points, and maybe change this jewel, and I'm gonna go with Avatar of Fire finally, because the skill converts, I think, 60%. Let's see. Yeah, it converts 60% on the bigger projectiles, and the shrapnels have 100% conversion. So I'm probably going Avatar of Fire. It's gonna convert the rest of my physical damage from Perfect Strike to... Did they change Perfect Strike too? Didn't... Well, it's just if you miss the timing thing, but I think this was 80% too. I'm not sure. Anyways, I'm gonna go Avatar of Fire, and it's gonna convert the rest of my Perfect Strike to Fire, so that means bigger ignites. And the only thing that's gonna suffer a bit is the damage on Hammer of the Gods, and I'll have to fiddle with the links a bit. Maybe I'll even completely drop Hammer of the Gods, because for Molten Blast I had to drop my Leap Slam. Yeah, so that's gonna be my clearing setup for now, at least. I'm having just a humble 4 link. I still haven't found Greater Julius Orb yet. And yeah, that's it for now. And thank you very much for watching. I'm sorry about the last video. I've completely missed the patch notes. So I felt like I must immediately, as I found out, do some response to my last video, because I didn't want to put my last video down. I've already uploaded it, edited it a bit, so yeah, I'm gonna do this follow-up and give you some options. I'm gonna leave the guy's link for his YouTube channel. As I said, it's not my idea. I'm gonna leave his link for YouTube channel in the channel description. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time, Exiles. Bye-bye.